my name is Isabella Greene. Welcome to my channel. Today I would like to talk to you about energetic dynamics of talking. In your own experience, you might have noticed that it is easier for people to talk rather than to listen. But why is that? There's actually an energetic dynamic behind this occurrence. When we listen, we pay attention. Pay attention. That means we give something. We're given attention, but attention is energy. So when a person listens, they're actually directing their energy towards someone who is speaking. And if they listen for a while, you might have noticed that in your own experience, that if you're with someone who just talks all night, at dinner, let's just say, and doesn't let you put in a word, you feel quite exhausted at the end, especially if you were paying attention to what they were saying. This is because it's a form of an energetic exchange. When we're paying attention, we're giving the energy to the person, to what they're saying, to the subject. First of all, we're amplifying the subject. We're also supporting the speaker or giving the speaker some energy. You might notice that a lot of people who come on stage in front of big audiences, when they're received really well, they get super energized because everyone is directing their energy onto this one person, and the person gets charged. Not only the subject that they're talking about gets charged, but also the person themselves. And so when you are in the company of someone who desperately needs energy, it becomes very obvious very fast, because sometimes you might even notice that over the phone, that a person asks you, how are you doing? And when you start speaking, you would notice that they're doing something else, like they're typing or they're doing something else, and it feels like you're talking into a wall. And when you say something to that person and they go, yeah, well, I'm sorry, I just zoned out. The thing is that they're not investing their energy into what you are saying, so you're not receiving any energy from them. They're not listening. They're waiting for their turn to speak, and it's a good case if they're waiting for their turn to speak. Very often they will just interrupt you because they are desperate to get energy. They want that attention, but they want attention. You know, we have that other phenomenon that's called like attention junkie. Attention junkie is someone who is disconnected from the natural source of energy, who is disconnected from other sources of energy rather than getting that energy from people. And so they want that attention. They need that attention. They receive the energy through people listening to them and through them speaking when someone is listening. You can do an experiment like that with someone like that. Once they start speaking, if you start thinking about something else, they would notice. They would ask you if you're paying attention. They would ask you if you're listening. So it goes both ways. You can feel when someone is not listening because you don't feel the energetic exchange in the conversation. And they can feel when you're not listening to them. So there is much more to the conversation and the art of listening than is on the surface, than what is obvious to us. There's an energetic exchange there. And some people are so in such need of energy that they would actually interrupt and interrupt and interrupt the other person so that they can start speaking and put their word in, or like a million words in there in most cases, because they're so deprived from energy. Not receiving it from source, not receiving it from their own energy field, not receiving it from being inspired in the world, not receiving it from joyful occurrences in the world, food, stuff that gives us energy. these people would be so desperate to get energy from another person in front of them that they would not be able to listen. And for a second, they would interrupt. And if that other person put two words in or managed to say something, they will not even respond to what that person said. They would be like, that's great, and continue with their story. So these are the things that most people find very annoying, but I would suggest that having the bigger picture gives us an understanding of why people do things a certain way and why people are able or not able to listen, and what happens, let's just say, behind the scenes energetically with the exchange that takes place when people are having a conversation. So I hope this is something that adds value to your reality. If you are in the presence of someone who keeps interrupting and trying to just speak the entire evening or the entire day, know that that person is in desperate need of energy, and it will be up to you to perhaps have compassion for that person rather than getting annoyed, and perhaps shift attention so that they will go to somewhere else. They will definitely not stick around if you're not listening to them, if you're not paying attention to them. The other way around is true as well. When you have a friend that you talk to, but while you're talking, they are doing something else and they're not paying attention to you, this is not a very balanced energetic exchange either. So these dynamics are very common. Wanted to share this with you. Thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate you following me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll bring you all kinds of information on this channel, and I'll see you next time. Take care now. Namaste.